Everyone, I believe, knows the story of Jesus, how he came on earth and suffered to free us from the power of darkness. The story of Jesus ends with him overcoming sin at the cross and resurrecting from the grave. He later ascended to heaven to go and prepare a place for all the saints that he will come for in his second coming. If you choose to look closely at the story of Jesus, you realize that he faced so many types of challenges, but he never let troubles overcome him. First and foremost, Jesus was rejected by his own people. He suffered with rejection up to the end. Secondly, he was despised. Many did not believe he was God. They saw him merely as the son of a carpenter and nothing more. Many refused his messages because of his humble background and dismissed his claims that he was the Son of God. In Mark chapter 6 verse 3, it shows how much he was despised. Isn't this the carpenter, the son of Mary, and brother of James, Joseph, and Judas, and Simon? Aren't his sisters here with us? They were offended at him. He was always challenged and opposed on several occasions by the religious leaders, especially the Pharisees and Sadducees. Jesus was betrayed by one of his own disciples in his close circles. Judas Iscariot, who was one of his 12, decided to deal with the leading priests to betray him for 30 pieces of silver. Jesus was mocked a lot and went through difficult times in his ministry here on earth. Leading priests, teachers of religious laws, elders, guards, and all sorts of people threw insults at Jesus. They spit on him, flogged him with a whip, and even slapped him. Jesus was also tempted one-on-one by the devil in the wilderness for 40 days. The devil tempted him 3 times, but he did not succumb to any of them. After the 3 failed attempts, the devil fled away from him. The worst challenge that Jesus had to put up to fulfill his divine mission was dying at the cross with the worst cruelty he went through before his death. Jesus was stripped naked. His head was dressed with a crown made of thorns. He was nailed to the cross, and even later his side was pierced with a spear. Jesus went through it all. He did it for you and me. Jesus knew his purpose on earth, so this gave him a heart to endure through the worst pain and suffering so that he could accomplish his work. Jesus felt weak from time to time, but he never at one time gave up. He instead always prayed to God for renewed strength, and the Holy Spirit was always present to comfort him. We see after the devil tempted him, he returned full of power of the Holy Spirit. That is in Luke chapter 4 verse 14. Jesus was able to overcome all his challenges by his faith and prayer. We see him taking time at Gethsemane to pray. The story of Jesus should be reference for anyone going through great trials and tribulations. Everyone is faced with great challenges from time to time, but we need to know the proper way to handle these challenges. We should not let challenges break us down, but instead should come out of them stronger and victorious, just like Jesus did. Jesus committed himself in prayer, and this kept him stronger. Prayer backed by faith equals to power. Faith attracts God's power through the Holy Spirit. Prayer keeps your spirit strong even when your body is weak and you're able to endure. In Matthew chapter 26 verse 41, it says, "Keep watch and pray, so that you will not give into temptation. For the spirit is willing, but the body is weak." We should not get scared of facing challenges, but instead we should face them boldly with faith in God. Every challenge overcome brings new promotion. Matthew chapter 10 verse 28 says, "Don't be afraid of those who want to kill your body. They cannot touch your soul. Fear only God, who can destroy both soul and body in hell." God is with you, and he will grant you victory through whatever tough situations you're going and facing through currently. All you have to do is put your full trust in him. These are his words to you from the book of Deuteronomy chapter 3 verse 16. "So be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid and do not panic before them, for the Lord your God will personally go ahead of you. He will neither fail you nor abandon you." Face your challenges with faith. Facing Challenges, as presented by Jamesboy Imani, my Beautifier Community Youth, Uganda.